So shout out to Carrie Ann. Okay, I have to say, that's my girl. I listened to your video yesterday in regards to if Rev G's gingivitis cared about his dental hygiene as much as anti-Afro Svengali cares about my life. That was a really, really great video, and you had some great points in that video. Okay, that I wanted to bring up. I kind of wanted to talk about this morning. Okay. Also, just touch on what we'll be doing on Sunday with the Will Smith stuff. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the morning show.
This Block Lounge Entertainment, and the time is right with T-Pre.
Grand rising, everyone. I hope everybody is doing as great as me. I did have an awesome day yesterday. I got to do a little bit of traveling and hang out with my friend and just kind of enjoy life. I also did, catch up on a couple of things that I wanted to catch up on. And then after I got home yesterday, um, certainly did some things with the family and then came and checked out you guys too. So shout out to all the content creators and the ways that we're going, the directions that we're going, trying to do different things. I did catch up with Corey and the Slater show last night. That was a great show. And yeah, I'm 100% behind y'all with that, which is kind of bringing me to today's topic a little bit because there's still a couple of loose ends we have here in the sector. As we're cleaning things up and, deciding which direction that all of us are going, I definitely think we should clean up all loose ends if you have some. Now, there's some men in the sector who, most of the men in the sector, I would say about 99%, are excellent men. They're great guys. I think we've already discussed that. Same as with the women. I think now at this point, the free thinkers and the ones with the clear mind kind of understand where people lay and understand the type of people that we're dealing with. Okay. When it comes to people like Toothless Tammy and Anti-Afro and people like that. Okay. And Money, not Money to Burn. Shout out to Money to Burn. Hey girl. I'm talking about like Me and Minds and those folks. Okay. So we kind of know where these people stand. We know the things that these people are going to do. And it's just kind of expected at this point. Grand Rising TMK, I hope you're doing well today. And thank you for watching. Everybody else that's in the clouds too. So I think we all kind of understand where these people stand and the kind of things that they want to do. So Rev G definitely has been trying to get my attention. And obviously he's been trying to get Carrie Ann's attention too. Which I didn't know about, but I did know about mine. Shout out to a lounger who actually sent me a link to that. Even though I don't want to know about it. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, it's something I don't want to know because I don't care that he's particularly talking about me. But I did want to bring up a point about that because I think this is important since we are, putting stuff out here about the spineless ones in this, in the sector, the spineless men in the sector who like to come after women. Okay. Since we're putting those types of men front and center and in the limelight, I figured I'll go ahead and give Rev G a second today. Okay. Now, I have no interest in arguing back and forth with this Toothless Tammy. I mean, I have no reason to argue back and forth with him. There's nothing, that he has that I want or that I need. Okay. But at the end of the day, I find it very funny that the males in the sector who tend to disrespect women or I'll say this, they have that in common. Okay. There's certain men in the sector who are spineless, the ones who we know, the ones who we notice are the ones who tend to come after women and come after women the most. Okay. When it comes to a man, they don't have that same energy. Okay. But when it comes to a woman, they have the most energy in regards to that woman. They have all this stuff, to say. They've got, hours worth of time to put into it and so forth. And it's just amazing to me, that they have that in common. Okay. The spineless ones love to come after the females. So what I've noticed about Rev G, Okay. And why I call him spineless is because, as the man in the situation with anti Afro Svengali, it seems like, and not that he has control over her, because he doesn't. Okay. But we all have seen how anti Afro has moved throughout the sector, how, she's done various things over the years. 5 years, shout out to LV, putting up the 5-year anniversary on Saturday for anti Afro when she first posted a video in the sector. So, we've seen her obsessions with Umar. We've seen her obsessions with various content creators throughout the sector. And Rev G, even though he doesn't have control over her, he does have control over himself. Okay. And one thing he never did as a man, which I didn't understand. What he never did as a man was step back out of the situation and not act, not move, and just kind of go about and go along with anything and everything that this woman was doing. Now, again, it's possible that I could have not seen that. It's possible that they're on the back end, he was chastising, quote unquote, her, or saying something to her about her behavior. It's possible, but I doubt it. Okay. And the reason why I doubt it is because he never took the time to not be involved in everything that she was doing. Okay. From the doxing of the restaurants. Okay. And the doxing of the schools that Umar would be attending, to have different events, the various people that were hurt in regards to this stuff. He was a part of all of it. He was 100% behind her. And then even after she was ostracized by everyone else, he still continued to support every single thing that anti-Afro does. Okay. But yet he has all this smoke for all the women in the sector. It seems like it's just every single woman, or every woman that anti-Afro has an issue with, he has an issue with, instead of just being like the real men of the sector and just staying out of situations. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the flip side of that with him and Darrell. Like, Darrell wanted to hop up in Dempsey wanted to hop up in everybody's, the women's situations and stuff like that. And, we're jumping on Darrell about that, but we got to look at Rev G with this too, because he's been doing that same thing for a long time. We just haven't been paying attention because we don't like Rev G. You see what I'm saying? We don't deal with Rev G. But in actuality, Rev G has been doing the same shit. Okay. He has been literally jumping into different situations between women. Okay. So if anti-Afro Svengali has been having a beef with, let me see your transcript, here go Rev G's, here go Toothless Tammy in the background, you know what I'm saying, trying to co-sign and trying to cheerlead. Okay. And then as soon as she had a problem with Dr. Nikki, here goes Rev G with the cheerleading pom-poms. You know what I mean? And I'm like, you don't even know these people. You don't even know her. You know what I mean? You have a whole wife. You got a whole career. You got all this stuff like the other men in the sector do. So I don't understand why you are so obsessed with following this lady. Okay. And then on top of that, jumping into the lion's den with every woman that she has a beef with, or every woman that is, what is up with these YouTube relationships? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't quite get it. Like, I can understand working with content creators. There's several content creators, men and women, that I've worked with. You see what I'm saying? There's several of y'all that I've talked to offline and had conversations with about, doing content and different things like that. But I don't understand quite the whole, I got to have your back. I got to make sure you straight. I got to protect you, quote unquote, on these YouTube streets. Like, I don't understand that whole obsession. And it's not just Rev G doing that. I think we know that. But it just doesn't make sense to me why he feels like he needs to protect anti-Afro Svengali. I'm pretty sure he's aware that this shit is some fuck shit. And that's probably why he's on this campaign now, to try to clean up certain things and try to say certain things and paint certain narratives to the new sector that we've been introduced to. um they, now that they are coming over to our channel, they are watching our shows, and they're getting to know us. Now he's kind of like on this campaign to make it appear like as if me and Carrie Ann and other women in the sector are just these treacherous, horrible people. No, I've never really had, and I'll be honest, I'll say this, I've never had a personal experience with Rev G. Okay. Just like I've never had a personal experience with many of these men in the sector. Okay. However, I have been able to, I've been able to sit back and observe and watch how Rev G has moved in these streets. Okay. I've been able to listen to him on panels, various panels from AFW side all the way over to the good guy side. Okay. I've been able to see him and witness him in chat rooms, and see certain things that he has been a part of, things that he has witnessed, and things that he was absolutely involved with, like directly involved with. Okay. And I've had an opinion about it, just like anyone else. I just happen to have been very vocal about my opinion towards Rev G, even towards others who were involved with the AFW movement, even at one time, let me see your transcript, so forth and so on. But I have been very, very vocal about that from over a year, okay? And probably like a year and close to a year and a half, okay? So I'm not sure what the obsession is. I guess it's more or less you want to try to tarnish my image to other people in that sector. But all they have to do is go back and look at my videos. They can go back and look at my channel. They can go back and even view me on other panels and so forth and so on in the past year and so. And yeah, I've always said, you ain't shit, Rev G. Okay. And the reason why is because of the stuff that you have been involved with. Okay. I really honestly don't care whether you gay or whether you're not. Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you about that. I don't care whether you're gay, whether you're bisexual. None of that really, really particularly matters to me. Okay. But it was a great point to bring up. And because there tends to be, and it's not that this comes from everyone, because it doesn't, okay? But we cannot deny as Black women that we have not witnessed an influx of, of transgender or, gay people or so forth targeting Black women. And it's not that this is coming from everyone in that community. It's not. It's definitely not even coming from most people in that community. But it does happen, and it is something that is worth talking about. Okay. And I really think, and I have to say this, Rev G, I really think that you should deal with your sexuality and deal with whatever issue that you're having with that. Because you not dealing with that, it shows in your hatred towards women who have done nothing to you. Okay. Who don't know you. We just have a simple opinion about you as we have about anyone on YouTube. Okay. See, when you turn on that camera, when you turn on that microphone, you open up the door for people to judge you. You open up the door for people to talk about you and for people to form an opinion about you. People have formed several opinions about me. Okay. Many, many, many. Some of those opinions I have gone back and addressed. Other ones I have not. And that's for a reason, because the truth will always come out. You understand what I'm saying? Facts will always come out about a person. It doesn't matter what you don't have to go around showing titles to vehicles and showing deeds to homes. You don't have to do stuff like that, because the truth about you will always float out regardless. Okay. The facts about you will always come out regardless. Now, like I said, there are things that I might feel passionately about at that moment that, you know what? Yeah, I'm getting ready to show you this, or I'm getting ready to talk to you about this. But 9 times out of 10, I don't, because it's wasted energy. Okay. Because regardless of what I say or regardless of what I do, and even sometimes I have to remind myself of that, regardless of what I say or do, people are still going to form whatever opinion they want. They're still going to believe whatever they want. So you being on this campaign to destroy the names of the women in this sector, Rev G, aka Toothless Tammy, is unnecessary. Okay? Because if you are right, and if we are so treacherous and so horrible, okay, and we treat her so terribly, then that would come out. That would be something that these folks would see on their own. Okay? They don't need my help. They don't need your help to see anything. You understand? Because it comes out. The same way that the sector's TV went over there, okay, and tried to portray a certain image. The same way that binary code went over there and attempted to portray a certain image. The same way that Star Snake, or AKA the bird, went over there and tried to portray a certain image. Is the same way, and and it turns out that everybody can see them for who they are. There's some people who are still sorting through some things, and there's some people who don't care. And then there's the people who do care, and they see them for exactly who they are. Okay? They didn't need our help to do that. They didn't need us, pointing out things and doing things, and they didn't need any of that. They just observed. Okay? They just watched. They didn't have to. They didn't need us to email them and beg for their help and please, please, please help me. They didn't need none of that. They just watched. Okay? So there is not a damn thing, Toothless Tammy, that you will be able to say to turn anybody against T. Pre. There's not a damn thing that you will be able to say to turn anybody against Carrie Ann or against any other women in this sector. It does not matter what's going on or how it's going. That's why, and I thought about having a display just going on and doing a show, just showcasing what you've actually been a part of in this sector. Okay? I'm talking about from all kinds of stuff that I could get a hold of, from Discord, stuff to stuff on Facebook to here. There's so much stuff I can get a hold of, okay, to actually display here on these YouTube streets for everybody to see. But there's no reason for me to, because people are going to fuck with you regardless. You understand what I'm saying? Whether, whoever fucks with you, they fuck with you. They're going to do that regardless. Regardless of what I show, regardless of what I do, regardless of what I prove about you, there's still going to be people that support you. So that's wasted energy for me. You understand? There's no point in me showing that. There's no point in me talking about that. Now, if you keep poking the bear, then that's a different story. But trust me, there's a lot of shit I got on you. But I don't have to, because you're not important. You understand? You're really not. So you speaking on the women and feeling the need to disrespect the women in the sector when you have a wife and a daughter to be tending to speaks of your character, speaks of you. I literally took the time to cuss you out once. Every other time has been some choice words for you in the chat, or like as in a comment section. But I've never actually taken the time to cuss you out somewhere, because you have never been that important to me. But since you have my name in your mouth, okay, and you want my attention so bad, Toothless Tammy, then I'm going to help you understand. Because I think, again, you don't get it. You got cussed out in my chat because my chat is tight. We don't do the back and forth in my chat, okay? I don't go back and forth with people in the chat. I don't have to do that. I don't have to argue with people and prove a point and make this and this. I don't have to do that. And if I like you and we're having a discussion, that's a different thing. If I dislike you and you are aware of it, which you have been aware of the fact that I don't like you. Okay? So you've been aware of that. So if you know that and you come into the chat and you talk stupid, I'm going to take that a different way than I would take that with somebody that I actually fuck with in these YouTube streets. So you might get treated a little bit different. Okay? So I warned you ahead of time. I actually told you we're going to cut this conversation if you're not going to stay on topic, and if you want to keep, going back and forth, you getting on my nerves, and I'm getting ready to cut you the fuck out. Okay? I do warn folks, okay? And you continue to go through the process. So I said, well, let me get your bitch ass the fuck out of here. Okay? Like we're done. I don't owe you bitches shit. Nobody's going to sit in my motherfucking chat room, talking shit and just bringing down the vibe of my space. Okay? You're just not going to do that. I don't care where you do that at. Like I said, I don't tune into you. I don't watch you. Whoever goes in there and watches, I'm not even aware, because I don't know what's going on in your chat or anything. And like I said, the only reason I even knew you were talking about me is because of a couple loungers, but one of them sent me a link. And, I didn't know it was you. We were talking about some things, and then they sent me that link, and I clicked the link. And once I knew it was you, I was like, oh, hell no. Hell no. And I got the smooth the fuck out of there, because I'm not for that shit. You ain't got shit to check me on. You ain't got a motherfucking thing you could check me about. And I don't have nothing I really want to check you about. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's over with. It's the past. But what you're not going to do is rewrite history and put my name in it. Okay? What you're not going to do is come over here and talk shit to me and think that you're going to, come for me, and you don't get put in your motherfucking place. Because that's just what it is. But I don't come over there. You've noticed that, right, Rev G? I don't come over there. I don't come over there. I don't watch your show. I don't comment on your shit. I don't care what you're talking about. That's the same thing with the rest of these crazies out here. I got to literally be directed to me and mine's channel. You know what I'm saying? And then even once I get there, I'm like, oh, hell no, you got to give me a timestamp. Because I'll be damned if I go through 4 or 5 hours of shit. of this. Of fuck shit. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I could sit and listen to somebody who's really talking facts. I could sit and listen to somebody who's bringing actual receipts. But when it comes to just a whole bunch of fuck shit and people just throwing narratives out with no receipts and no nothing, and you just talking about people and just gossiping and just being messy and just throwing names out, you know what I'm saying, to piss people off and all this, I don't got time for that, because we're too old for that. We're just all too old for that. Okay? So at this point, I'm over that. Rev G, you need to deal with your sexuality issues, because I really think that's the problem. I really, really think that's the problem. I really appreciate the members of my family who are gay, because they were comfortable enough to talk about it. They were comfortable enough to be themselves, and they're at peace. They're not running around here on a campaign against the opposite gender. They're not running around here on a campaign against the bullshit, because they're at peace. See, that's the difference in my family members and you, sir. Okay? And again, that's no shade. That's not a shot at you or any of that when it comes to sexuality. That's facts. That's 100% facts. You got to deal with your inner demons. You got to deal with what you're dealing with and stop taking it out on the women because we ain't did shit to you and we not your wife and we not who you chose to marry instead of who you really wanted. What's up, Spottum? I appreciate you being in the building. You said he's looking for people to engage so he can go cry on his channel. Exactly. So he got something today. Now I call him Toothless Tammy. Okay. And, he can go from there. But again, I hope he also mentions, you know what I'm saying, the fact that him being so obsessed with the women in the sector and their sexuality and what we're doing and all this stuff. And it just bothers him so much. And yeah, but you're not concerned with, men and men or women and women. You're just concerned with a woman and a man. Like, yeah, that's weird. That's super weird to me. Hey, Sparkle, I appreciate you. Ashe, Ashe. And Dr. Bombay and Spottum, she says hello. And they said good morning to her. What's up, Drama? I appreciate you. I still ain't got that email, bro. Hey, Nappy Yankee, I appreciate you being in the building. Clark, great day. Miss T. Pre, I appreciate you, Clark, being in here. You said Rev G does not stand for nothing. Yeah, it's unfortunate, that he tries to act like he's standing for something, but he said the side eye is really on him. Yeah, it is because of it's the obsession, even Darrell has kind of cooled off. You know what I'm saying? He's still talking head mammy shit and still talking shit, but he's cooled off. He's not really, really going in. But this guy always got something to say. And he's been doing that shit for a long time. And it's not just me and Carrie. We're just the newest people that he's talking about. He's been doing this shit for so long. He said he's not telling them of his illustrious career of stalking Umar Johnson for no reason. Right. Like the 5 years that they spent stalking Umar Johnson that came to absolutely nothing. All the lawsuits that they put out, all the calls that they've made to the IRS and everybody else and this person. I'm not saying trust me, I'm not in any way caping for Umar Johnson, but the stuff they did was extreme. Okay. It wasn't just like, a simple, oh, we don't like him and we're going to make videos about him. No, they went to extremes of trying to get people's business licenses taken and trying to get people cited by the state and by the government and stuff, like just for having Umar Johnson at an event. Like that was over the top shit. Over the top. But then they want to come for the people who smack them in their mouth for shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's who they trying to come for. Grand Rising, Carla Martin. I appreciate you being here. That's what's up. You say you're listening while driving. That's what's good. He said, LOL, what treachery did I commit? I was never their friend. I just asked why she was making unfounded claims about make a change. Okay. Like she's been making unfounded claims, Carrie, like so long. And I mean, at least 5 years, she's been making unfounded claims on Umar. She's been making unfounded claims. I have to admit it. She's been even making unfounded claims on D. Darrell. You know what I mean? And other people. There's been so many things that this woman has done. Now she done spilled over into let me see your transcript and she done lied about me and all kinds of stuff. And she was involved with Aspen Clown with that shit. You said sometimes I get carried away. They don't like their unfounded claims being questioned. Exactly. Like we are no longer just letting people just say whatever they want with no receipts. You are going to have to produce receipts. If you cannot produce receipts, the conversation is dead. The conversation is over. We're not going to keep doing this. And it cannot be just fake receipts, okay? Because there is an obsession too on that side to be creating fake receipts, okay? I can tell. I can always tell the difference. I can tell when you have taken a screenshot of something and you fixed it and made it what you want it to be. And then you put it on a Word document or something like that. Like, yeah, that's so obvious. It's ridiculous, okay? The fake receipt shit is dead too. We're done with that type of shit. But yeah, that's the type of stuff they do. They be over there just making unfounded claims and expect people to just blindly follow whatever they're saying and just go with whatever they're doing. And sadly, it's because There have been so many people who were doing that for so long, including myself. You said exactly. He is so intelligent, and that doesn't see it, and that he doesn't see it, right? And I don't even know if it was blind following. I want to clear that up. I don't think it was blind following we were doing. I just think that people did. Some people weren't aware of other content creators. They didn't know that other people were talking about stuff. There's so many different factors in all of this. I don't think it's so much blind following. I just think that, people literally were just not questioning them because they had no reason not to believe them. You see what I'm saying? And now that there's other reasons, now it's like, you know what? I need receipts from you. I need receipts. Exactly. You said that crazy lady said Make a Change was abusing her, and all he did was ask why she was lying on him, claiming he hates Edo's people. Exactly. That was all it was. You know what I mean? But it's always something, they always make it so much more than what it really is. It's just ridiculous. Hold on, guys. All right, my bad. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, I know he doesn't hate Ado's people, but it was because he made a video debunking a lot of her shit. And so that's why she hated Make a Change. She's been hating Make a Change for a long time because of some stuff that he debunked a while back. I forgot what it was. He said Make a Change doesn't even pay her any mind again. Attention seeking. Exactly. And he don't. You said, is he on a campaign against me? I wouldn't know. I'd be too busy brushing and flossing. Facts, honey. That's what he need. He needed some virtual classes on flossing, but I think it's a little too late for Toothless Tammy. I don't know. You said AFWs hate being questioned. Never trust people who hate being questioned. Exactly. Like, it is okay to question me. It is okay to ask me questions. It is okay to correct me. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I can actually be corrected too. You know, it is okay. I can be wrong. You said the joke is that they always be seen for who they are. They're always going to be seen for who they are. Nobody has to make things appear a certain way. I don't have to prove anything or nothing. And like I said, I really had thought about doing that, just doing a Rev G expose. You know what I'm saying? And just saying, hey, now that other people are watching, well, you know what? Let me go ahead and show y'all. But I don't have to do that because that evidence is already out there. And if they wanted to know, they would find it. If they don't want to know, that's fine too. Because everybody doesn't want to know. You know what I mean? And I did listen to Breaking the Culture. Shout out to her. I listened to Breaking the Culture side of it with the let me see your transcript situation. If I had been over there, I'm just going to say this much. Okay. If I had been over there with them at that time, I probably would have felt the same way based off of the evidence that you have presented. Okay. Or the things that you were saying. Now, on this side of things, that was kind of what you would describe as her being under Daryl Moore, her kind of going along with him, her being in the chat room, just kind of cheering things on. That reminds me of what we saw on this side. Okay, kind of like cheering on the a lot of the fuck shit. You understand what I'm saying? And whatever. I don't know if she was spearheading it. I think she was cheering it on and just kind of, in the crowd and being in and a part of a lot of things in that sense. But the difference, I think, is now she has kind of redeemed herself on this end. She has apologized to a lot of people on this end. Okay. And a lot of people have made up and made friends with let me see your transcript. So that's on this side of the sector. You understand what I'm saying? So whatever has happened over there, which I can see based off of what Breaking the Culture was saying, I can see why they would be upset. I think the difference is with them is they have not forgiven let me see your transcript for the fuck shit. Okay. Whereas on this end, the people who were upset with let me see your transcript have forgiven her. You know what I mean? And so now it's just like, okay. So what we'll do is, and shout out to not the one because you and I had talked about that in my comment section the other day. I think what we're going to do as a sector is they're going to deal with let me see your transcript and their issues with her. You understand what I'm saying? And we're not jumping in that. We're unless you choose to or you feel like you want to be involved in that. You know, we're not going to get involved in that side of it because it's not our business in a sense. But on our end, we've already kind of dealt with that. You see what I'm saying? So we've dealt with whatever was going on with us and also the fact that she wasn't actually the culprit. And even in that case, I think in their situation, they're like, well, we don't care who's the culprit. Whoever was involved is who we're getting. In our situation, we're more like, all right, we can forgive this person, we can forgive that person, we can move on from this because let me see your transcript was not the only person here that was, working along with the AFW. So there's other people too. So technically, if we would be upset with let me see your transcript, we would have to take everybody onto that train. And nobody's doing that. Okay. So I think we're willing and want to move on from that. And we've been moved on from that situation and they just haven't. So we're going to let them deal with that and deal with that in their way. And I'm just personally going to stay out of that. And I think everybody else kind of wants to do that too on this end. But shout out to y'all because that was some crazy shit. And if I was over there, I probably would have felt some type of way too. But in looking at it and then in looking at this, it did remind me of some things. But since we have moved on from this on this end, we're just going to move on. And whatever y'all do, that's fine. But shout out to y'all. And I really like y'all coming in. But I just had to bring that up because I thought that was important to talk about this morning. Yeah, Mr. Strange Fruit, which I found funny too because it's funny how me and Mines had that name for a while. Her and him both had that name. She had the name in Smoke's chat, and then he had it in the Discord, right? Yeah, that's weird. Hey, Dr. Nikki, I appreciate you being in the building. You said, and we don't spit when we talk either. So disrespectful. What's up, sis? I appreciate you being in here. Thank you for the Black Power sticker. You said Clark sometimes bottom and sparkle. Right, sparkle. She says, hey to DJ Drama and TMK. You said, I humbly request that no one tells me when Tammy is talking about me either. I don't care to keep up with them like they care about me. Exactly. Like, I mean, I'm only going to give him this one shine of light. You understand what I'm saying? And that's going to be the end of it because I don't want to know. And I have humbly let them know, don't, I'm not interested in this information. I can care less what he's talking about. Hey, pretty Nikki. You said Dr. Nikki. What's up, Doc? Everybody saying hi to Nikki, laughing. Drama's laughing. You said great day to Dr. Nikki. You said little bitty mistake down by the lake. His name is Tammy. Sometimes I brush my teeth for 2 minutes too. Okay. Honey, I got the little timer on mine too. He says, stopping through, listening, hit the like. Hey, Slater, I appreciate you for coming through. Appreciate y'all being in the building. Tell Maria I said, hey. Everybody saying hi to the Slater family. Pillsbury, what's going on, Pillsbury? I appreciate you coming in today. You said facts. You said AS's own page is evidence she never cared about fraud. She just needs someone to hate and stalk. Exactly. That's what she's been doing. And now that the Umar Johnson stuff is cooled off and there really isn't much to call fraud on or that she can prove, then now she done moved on to the women and the men of the sector. I'm just drinking some water, guys. I didn't have enough water intake yesterday, and today I'm trying to get more in. You said, please hit the like button and subscribe to Black Lounge Divine and turn on the notifications. Next, share if you care and join the membership for behind the scenes and private parties and events. And we do have them. Yes, we do. And she says, hello to Carla. Hey, keeping it plain. I appreciate you coming in today. Says, salute. Says, sometimes Uncle Kip. Good morning, Professor Nikki, on the words of Alexander O'Neill. Hey, HM, I appreciate you being in the building. Shout out to you. I've got a few of y'all that have been longstanding members. HM was one of my first members, so shout out to you for coming in and always supporting me. Thank you. Mikey, hey, what's going on, Mikey? Now, hold on, Mikey. I got to give you a little pushback today. I got to give you a little pushback. All right? You know you my bro. But listen, I think it's important to understand. That confrontation is not always the answer. Okay, number one, I come outside. I think I've made that point before to a folk or two here on YouTube. I can come outside. Okay, that's not the problem. The problem is I have way too much to lose. Okay. I have way too much to lose to be coming outside and getting locked up and you know what I'm saying and going through courts and paying fines and on being on probation and all this. I don't have time for that. I have way too many things going on in life. Too many positive things happening. You understand what I'm saying? So I got to weigh and outweigh shit like that. Whether it would be worth my energy going to confront somebody or going to, you know what I'm saying? Is it worth my energy? Is it really worth my safety? Is it really worth, all of these things? I'm older now. I'm not a child anymore. I'm not a young girl no more. I can't be just going out here just doing stuff like that. I'm not saying that it can't happen. I'm just saying that, that's not a priority. So there are the courts. There's other ways to handle things. And there's also just not, just putting somebody on a shelf and just ignoring their ass. You don't always have to go and confront a situation. So as a father, and I know you said that you have daughters, as a father, I think you should really contemplate that. You know what I mean? Because, you know, it's not always the answer to, oh, you got a problem with me, I got a problem too. Well, let me go out. We're going to come outside and we're going to duke it out. We're going to fight. That's not how, we're not living in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know quite how old you are, but maybe back in the 80s and the 90s, niggas just duked it out and fought. You know what I mean? In the 70s and shit. These days, niggas shoot each other. Okay? Females is shooting females. Females is shooting niggas. Niggas is shooting females. Like, this is what's happening these days. We're no longer fighting, okay, where, somebody's playing double dutch on the corner and then on the next corner, somebody fighting. No, that's not what's happening. Niggas is getting shot, okay? And it's not worth your life, okay? And it's also not worth people calling the cops on you for you just showing up, which is what them folks would do, okay? So I don't know if it's such a good idea to be telling people, well, what I would do is, because that's not a good idea that you would do that. I think you should do something about that, Mikey. Okay? I think you should think about that. And that's not to come at you or anything, because I do love you. I support you. You know, you're my bro. But bro, you can't be just out here confronting niggas, because we need you here. Okay? Your daughters need you here. All right? And you can't just be confronting people over dumb shit. It's not worth it. It really isn't. So that's just a little Mikey love, okay? I want to see you do better. I want to hear you having better words on these panels. I'm not telling you what to do or what to think, but I think you need to think that through a lot more clearly. All right? You had some bad weed yesterday, bro. And Dr. Nikki says, hey to HM, you said in the words of Alexander O'Neill, you a fake. Right. KIP, HM, The Slater Show. Sparkle says hello. Everybody saying hey. You said, I didn't forgive her. I don't F what? Let me see your transcript. Yeah, I think you were one of those people that didn't forgive her for that. I never forgot. I'll be honest, but I forget. You know, it was nothing for me to particularly to forgive her for because she didn't do anything directly to me. But it was just what I saw in her. I really hated. I didn't like that stuff that they were doing to these businesses and stuff. I really hated that. So you said, no, ma'am, she was doing more than cheering it on. She caused it. Okay. Content creator to lose $75,000, which is why she is part of a federal lawsuit. She was the doxer. Okay. So I may have missed that part of the story. I thought she was just in the chat room, kind of cheering on the doxing and stuff. But okay, mm, okay. And good morning to you, not the one. I appreciate you coming in today. Slater show, you said though. What's good, G? Let's do a versus Sunday at 8. Chicago music. What you say? Okay, that sounds good. I'm looking forward to that versus. I really like y'all when y'all do that too. Peace and love, Dr. Nikki. Not the one. Um, I think they do. I'm gonna be honest with you. Listen to me, man. Whew. They do. Okay. There is evidence of things. I'm just gonna say that. There is. There is. All right. I don't know whose idea it was. Whose idea was it to bring the sector over there? Because I think it was Darrell's idea, but I don't remember why. I don't quite remember what it was. Was it that he was trying to get us to fight for Let Me See Your Transcript? Or what was the purpose of him introducing Conscious TV's channel to the sector? Is what I'm kind of wondering. Because at this point, I'm starting to think like, okay, well, was his point of bringing us over there so we can fight this battle with Let Me See Your Transcript? Or was his point of bringing us over there so he can break this wide open? Because she had an issue with him. They had an issue with each other at one time, but he came into this like as if he was on Let Me See Your Transcript side. You see what I'm saying? But now he seems to have jumped ship while they're all still talking about this. So I'm wondering, like, where is all the protection for Let Me See Your Transcript from Darrell right now? Because he's the one that introduced the entire sector to this situation. It's not that we didn't know about it, but we heard about it from him. And he got into it like, at least, I don't know, maybe I'm missing something here. But yeah, they got proof, bro. They do. You said the Slater show, we can do some next Friday, but a lot of Chicago music I don't even rock with. I ain't gonna hold you, I don't either. That drill music is not for me. You said, Dr. Nikki, you said, do what you will, go retrieve court documents when they come out. Okay. Everybody saying hey to keeping it plain and HM. Hey to beautiful Bernice. Good morning. I appreciate you coming in here. Beautiful Bernice, I would like for you to email me because I'd like to talk to you personally. I don't want to I don't have your email and I don't have a way of getting a hold of you, but I definitely want to talk to you personally. Okay. So my email address is lovinglife7842 at Gmail. Okay. I'm really, really, really looking forward to talking to you because I think that you and I have had some extreme misunderstandings. I really don't know where it's come from, but I think we have. And I think it's time to clean that up and clear that up. Okay. So I would definitely love to have a conversation with you. And thank you for coming in here today. I appreciate you joining the show. Hey, Clark, you said it's up to spot on. Dr. Nikki, you said you are having a great morning, Blue. Clark, howdy. Happy Friday, everybody. Yep, it's Fuckery Friday. I know Jerm is going live later on. I may or may not tune in. I just kind of want to see how the show goes. If it's going to be a bunch of, narratives still being painted and pushed and people and stuff and all, I really probably won't be watching that. I'm not going to lie to you because I'm just kind of sick of the regurgitated bullshit, at this point. So you said facts, T Pre. You can't be locked up because we need you a free woman. Okay. I gotta be out here. I'm too fucking ladylike to be motherfucking in jail. I mean, I'd be all right, but nah, I ain't got time for that shit. I ain't got time for that. You said that's facts, T Pre. People don't shoot the fair one anymore. Yeah, right. Ain't nobody out here fighting like what's the 1978. Niggas shooting. Okay. Niggas is pulling out steel. Okay. Females and males. I got a couple myself. Okay. Hey, sometimes. Hello, T Pre and chat. They're living life. I appreciate you being in the building. One of my faves. All right, guys. So I'm going to actually end the show soon. You say exactly. Look at the guy in Philadelphia who was fired. He ran down his coworker in the parking lot. Exactly. Well, niggas ain't fighting no more. Listening on lunch break. Oh yeah, so I guess you're over in Europe. So yeah, it's lunch break for you. It's like 8:00, 8:30 in the morning here. Nappy Yankee. Beto. You said Darrell been over there. It was binary. He followed AAS and Rev G over there. Okay. So it was binary that came over. Gotcha. Oh, you know what? That makes sense because yeah, I think it was him. But I don't know how how the hell did Darrell get on that bandwagon? Because he's the one that had started having Daryl Moore on his show and started going in on Knockout Media, and it was just a bunch of shit. And I don't know, the lines got blurred. So thank you for clearing that up, Stank Big. You said that was your boy Darrell. Mm-hmm, it was. He was cool, but fuck him. You said, remember when Binary had all that info on Let Me See a Transcript around Thanksgiving? He did songs about. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I do remember that. Because everybody felt that was some disrespectful shit. That video, that song he made about Let Me See a Transcript. Hey, Josephine. I appreciate you coming in here. Okay. Yes, I agree too. I think there definitely is a much needed conversation. Okay. So I appreciate you coming in. You said, not the emails. Yep, the emails. The emails. What's up, Craig Beats? Morning, too big for skinny. I appreciate you coming in. Okay. Thank you for contacting me, beautiful Bernice. I appreciate that. Hit the like, fam. Thank you. Miss T. He said, what's next? Challenging folks to a duel? Like we in the fucking Wild Wild West or some shit, right? Sad part is most of these quote unquote killers can't fight. And when they get to jail, they end up as food. Unfortunately, they can't carry pistols into jail, okay? Or they end up telling on everybody else. They become a snitch. Snitch. Yeah, that's what they do. They start whistling Dixie. Yeah, that's what they do. That's why some killers can do 3 to 5 years. Okay. We ain't gonna talk about them now. That's true, TMK. Some people have to find out the hard way that they ain't that hard. Okay, that they not that goddamn hard. That's facts. That's facts. That is fucking facts. Listen, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and end the show on that because I think that's a good place to end it, okay? But I truly appreciate y'all coming in here. Yeah, Toothless Tammy, okay? Get over it, sir. I'm going to need you to deal with your sexuality. I'm going to need you to keep the women out of your fucking mouth, okay? If you want to be a woman, just go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and have that conversation. I think that's great. I don't think there's nothing wrong with you, going into your true self and being your true self. I think that's a great thing. Shout out to you. But anywho, okay, I'm going to need you to leave me out of it, okay? I'm going to need you to stop worrying the fuck about me. And yes, happy birthday to one of my favorite loungers, Glorione Murray. It is her birthday today, aka Glorione. I appreciate you, sis, for being a member as well as for being a lounger. Thank you for always supporting. And yes, when you catch this replay, happy birthday to you. Tomorrow is my son's birthday. The month of April is amazing. And also, the end of April is my birthday as well. So this is going to be an amazing month. We got a lot going on this month. So yes, happy birthday to Glorione. Today is her birthday. Truly appreciate you guys putting that out there. Thank you guys for putting that out there. You said Tifa's transition. Happy birthday to the April babies. Woo, woo. We in the building. We in the building. Yep. So everybody turn up for Glorione today. Make sure you guys shout her out in the chats. Make sure you guys let her know happy birthday. We got lots of happy birthdays coming through for her. Yep. Everybody make sure y'all hit her up and let her know. All right, guys, we are going to go ahead and we are going to end the show. I truly do appreciate you guys being in the building. Shout out to you guys for always checking me out and for your support. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.